Good morning, YouTube adventurers, and welcome to another video from the Stief Adventure Academy. And today we're going to be responding to a challenge that was issued, well, as far as I'm concerned, today from BirdshotIV. Frankie and Bird over there just did a top 5 most carried for 2021, so we're going to do the same thing because, of course, they challenged pretty well the whole wide world via the interwebs to do just that. And so we've assembled the top 5 knives that based on what we've carried throughout 2021. That was a pretty easy thing to do insofar as we're already carrying 3 EDC. Sorry about that. But you know, some people are in a certain way and some people are in a certain headspace. What are you going to do? All fingers point to this fellow. In every case, we thought we'd give it a shot, and so without further ado, we'll start with honorable mentions. And so, honorable mention will be the Cold Steel Wakizashi Machete. This is not truthfully on the most carried, but it does see a lot of use insofar as you do pretty well only carry that when you're in big knife country and there's not a lot of folks around, so true wilderness experience. But it also gets a lot of mileage around the campsite, as you can see. We don't bother doing a lot of maintenance. We've let the edge grind darken up just naturally, but you can see we use our stuff here. We do a lot of campfire feather sticking in here on this edge. There's a space for fire steel striking, which is patinaing over very nicely, and it's just a real good working tool. And so, honorable mention, Cold Steel Wakizashi Machete. Moving forward into the most carried, let's see, probably I would have to say that the next one is going to be the Cold Steel Mini Leatherneck with the ulti-clip. You can get a shot there, the ulti-clip. These things are fantastic. If you don't have one, you want one. You might want a couple. Works on everything. Works on little knives. Works on big knives. It's just really adaptable. One of the ways that you can use that, of course, is you can just slide that into that front pocket. All that's sticking up is about that much. You get the little clip hanging out. And with a t-shirt over it, it hardly prints at all. Really nice tool. This one, of course, has been modified very heavily. Upper quillion delete, quillion edge polish. It's differentially ground. Let's see if we can get that going for you. So you can see the edge grind here. It's been laid way down. Probably, I couldn't say for sure, but it's quite low. And then this one is even more so. On the non-show side, it's very, very low. And so having those much lower grinds on the one side just means that it's much sharper, but it gives you a little bit of extra survivability. We did it all the way out onto the Tanto point. This has been a lot of fun. Removed material inside the scabbard so that it doesn't drag as badly. It stays sharp pretty good. Super fun piece. Number 5. Number 4. It's going to be a toss-up because we have a recent edition. So, recent edition, Chavez 229 Ultramar was a gift. This went directly into EDC. Frankly, before it was a gift, we were lucky enough to carry it around for a bit before it was gifted to us. And so this one is a spectacular piece, but probably has seen more pocket hours than number 4. So number 4 would be the Warcraft Tanto. This is a spectacular piece. We've seen this on other videos from the Adventure Academy. If this is your first time, feel free to look for the other videos. You can see that the edge grind has been very heavily modded. It's scandied down, laid very, very low. We're trusting on the CPM 3V at the 62 Rockwell to stand up, and it really does. The SecureX scabbard does take the sharpness, the laser sharpness, out of about this back section of the blade, and so we'll be using a tip that one of our subscribers mentioned. We're going to use a little bit of hacksaw blade in the lower portion of the scabbard in this area inside, see if we can remove enough material that will stop happening. But frankly, it doesn't matter. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't push through phone book pages but it makes feather sticks all day long, all weekend long, all week long. And this was on the funny footpath with us. Yeah, lightweight backpacking with an enormous pocket sword. Yeah, you know that's going to happen. It's a funny footpath. You're in big knife country. You need a big knife. So, number 3. Number 3 is hard. It's really going to be this one. Only because it's so new. If I had to take all of the knives out of my pocket and only carry 2, because that's all I could narrow it down to, it would be the one that's going to be number 1 and this one here. These are so far, these guys punch so far above their weight class. Having had $1,000 Shirogorovs in my hand, $1,000 worth of Evos, and the Evos are nice. The Shirogorovs are spectacular. This knife from Chavez runs in that fast company. It is M390 at a very high HRC. I don't know what it is, but it's real hard stuff. This one's been laid down and then polished out, laid down to 11.5 degrees per side. It's a super slicey with the hollow grind. I just can't think of enough nice things to say. It's got a great weight in your pocket. It is super buttery, and once you get past that detent, just hydraulic. It's just silly. And of course, the family resemblance is uncanny. I mean, look, we're coming right at you. So that's number 3, only because I haven't had it that long. Wow. So number 2. Well, number 2 and number 1 are pretty well tied insofar as they've been in my pocket every single day. That's actually not true. They weren't in my pocket while we were on the footpath. So 4 days this year, this knife was not in my pocket. Ooh. Wow. It's super heavy. DNT3 custom knife scales, copper, patina, Lego Mandalorian. Oh, I hate lanyards. Feel free to look at my other videos with regards to the PM2, but this has been a love-hate relationship insofar as I hate it, but how do you take it out of your pocket? This one also, with this super flat grind, has been laid down to 11.5 degrees per side, because that's as low as the KME will go on knives with this much blade profile. And it is an absolute lightsaber. It's just silly how good it is. Missed that one. There we go. Wow. It's just so fun. The only thing that's not custom about this knife is the hardware, the scale, the internal bits, and the blade itself. Everything else has been changed. It's one of the reasons you should get a PM2. Wow, can't believe I said that out loud, but one of the reasons you should get a PM2 because it's a big knife. It's got the this flicky backlock thingamabob, so that when you're messing with it, driving your spouse crazy, your fingers aren't in the blade path ever. Super cool. It's almost impossible to nick yourself. And number 2. Number 1, always going to be number 1. Cold Steel Recon 1 in a large size. I should have bought the extra large when they're available from Cold Steel. Rookie mistake. If you see an extra large out there, feel free to pick it up and gift it to us. But there it is. That one gets the most pocket time. That's been in my pocket, in the waistband, on my person, every single day for 2021. With the exception of those 4 days we were on the footpath, I had this with me. Really. Do you need a PM2 when you're in big knife country and you've got a Warcraft? Nope. Do you need to carry a Recon 1 when you got its big brother and you're lightweight backpacking? Nope. There you got it. So, on the recap, that would be 5, 4, 3, 2, and number 1. And of course, this edge has been laid down a little bit, mirror polished. You can't even see it on the camera. It's just stupid. But on every way and in every day, this has been the top 5 knives as they're carried from the Stief Adventure Academy, responding to BirdshotIV and their challenge to us all to look at our top 5 knives. So there it is. And so we'll wrap things up by challenging all of you to consider doing your top 5 and just let us know what it is that you've been carrying. Oh my gosh, that Chavez sounds so good. You just can't stop yourself. It's just silly. And from all of us to all of you in 2022, we sincerely hope that you will be as blessed as you can possibly be, that you'll follow your Heavenly Father and everything that He has for you, because His plans are perfect and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So thanks for watching. Stay sharp. Bye now.